Don't get him started on the
You
monarchy.
want to talk about the monarchy? I'll talk about the monarchy. I'll be honest with you, I am a practical monarchist. We've been in existence for 1,000 years as England, as it more or less stands at the moment. Started more, it was King Alfred who more or less put England together as a nation, and that is an awfully long time ago. I know the monarchy have had a real bad time, and a lot of it, they brought upon themselves. But I don't want to live in some sort of republican state, because republicanism, as far as I'm concerned, it's all based on jealousy. Somebody else has got it, I want it. Well, as far as I'm concerned, I wouldn't want to do the job the Queen does, and I certainly don't want the likes of Cherry Blair as a president.
We've got a book here, Pete. It's actually the Loaded Greatest Ever Englishman, and they've got a really good one in here. Dave from Minder, behind the bar at the Winchester.
Yeah, he don't quite rate with Shakespeare, does he?
Well, I don't know.
Modern day times.
I reckon Dave behind the bar, you good, dependable Britishman. When an Englishman's been working, whether he's been doing a Terry McCann kind of job or an Arthur Daly kind of job, if he's been wheeling or dealing, he gets to Dave at the Winchester. The Winchester's always open. There's always a welcome. You can put a drink on a slate. You're always going to drink.
Also in the
real Alex. It's the film set.
Also in the book, they've got the great English newspaper seller, the guy who would stand on a street corner shouting papers.
They've got another one here. Before we go to Pat, they've got Jackie Wright from the Benny Hill Show. Remember the little bold guy?
Yeah, before I go, Alex, I just want to thank you for doing this properly today, and not doing what you've done in years gone by, which is banging on about the sort of the right-wing element and all the rest of it. So I thank you for that. You're going to keep it up in years to come.
Very, very quickly before you go, I think today we should be concentrating on pulling away from Britain. So often when we're talking about...
I thought you were going to say pulling a bird.
When we go abroad, we're talked about as being British. I do not feel British. I've got no allegiance to the Welsh, the Scots, or the Irish whatsoever. Because we're joined to Scotland and Wales, we've always been tarred with this brush that we are as one. But
I don't agree.
You think that we're still as one?
I don't agree at all with that. You know, I would describe myself as British first, and I will always do that to my dying day.
Why?
Because I think united we are strong, divided we fall. The
Scots don't want to be part of Britain.
We've got to go to Pat Frampton. What time are you going to Pat the Builder's All England drinking?
I don't know. Sometime this afternoon.
All right, thank you very much, Pete. Happy St George's Day. Right, hello, Pat.
Hello.
Pat, just before we come to you, we've got our lad here, Aaron, who's going to do Smoke on the Water. Would you want to hear him do Smoke on the Water again?
Go on then.
Oh, crikey. Listen, Pat, we're giving a young kid a break here. Make it sound like you mean it.
Yes, but I thought you were talking about great English people.
Well, he is. He's a great Englishman of the future. Go on, Aaron.
Okay,
It'll only be a few seconds, Pat. Go on, Aaron.
Fine.
Oh, I love it. I love it. Well done, Aaron. Now, what did you want to say, Pat?
Well done, anyway. I think, for me, one of the great British people was Group Captain Douglas Bader.
Sir Douglas Bader.
No Legs Bader.
I remember him getting a gig on This Is Your Life with Eamon Andrews, and it was a Christmas, so they gave him a full hour. He didn't get the old half hour, so Douglas Bader got like a half hour for each leg.
Yes, I mean, you can't knock a man like that. I mean, to go on working when he'd lost a leg, and then it was just fabulous. I mean, the film portrays him pretty well, Kenneth More. And but to have been in that position, I mean, he's got to be classed as a great British man.
Absolutely. He's not in the Loaded Greatest Ever Englishman
Funny
book,
enough.
but
Really?
Sid James is in there.
Oh my God!
South African Sid James, I think.
I mean, you can't class him as a great English man.
Who's Sid James? Of course you can.
I think you can. I think Sid James is England in the 60s.
Oh well, if that's your idea of a great English man.
But he represents England. When you think of England in the 60s, you think of the Carry On films, you would think of Sid James. And I think it's just a technicality that he actually wasn't born in England.
The trouble with you is, you see, you're all too young to appreciate those that really did something for this country.
Well, no one's mentioned Winston Churchill yet, and I thought he'd been the first person.
No. Hold on, Pat. The country hasn't stopped. I mean, we're still going. There's still people who represent England and will always go on to represent England. It didn't all stop.
How many of them will be remembered in 50, 60, 70 years?
There'll be people remembered from every era we're ever in.
I would imagine more people in 60 or 70 years will remember Sid James than Sir Douglas Bader.
Really? funny.
And I'll tell you why. Because he's there on film.
I think you're right.
And you know, it's light, it's easy entertainment. It'll still be being shown. Who would have thought when Fred Quimby produced all of those great
Tom and
Jerry cartoons 50 years ago?
You see, you're not. No, you're just not on the right track, Alex.
No, what I'm saying to you is
history.
Those cartoons that they made 50 years ago are still on TV every day. The Roadrunner cartoons.
Yeah, but think about what would happen. How would the list be if it wasn't for television?
Exactly.
It's only television that has brought these people to the fore.
That is my point. More people would know the Roadrunner than Sir Douglas Bader in Britain.
Oh, well.
That's exactly my point. And then...
I feel sorry.
Sorry?
I feel sorry for them.
Okay, all right, Pat. You get where I'm coming from, don't you?
Absolutely. You know, it's the entertainment. I mean, Pat's right that TV has brought people to the fore, but you can't say that because Henry VIII wasn't on TV.
Good job I didn't show Robin Asquith.
Oh, fantastic.
As a great Englishman. See, there's the thing. Henry VIII, okay, he had his flaws, right? But he's not going to... He's only
his wives.
He's only now really remembered through period drama, and they're not showing that kind of stuff now.
They're not showing a lot of Robin Asquith's films, in fairness. When was the last time you saw Confessions of a Window Cleaner?
Yeah, that's true. I mean, you've got them all on DVD. What else do you know, Aaron? Can you do us another quick intro of a famous rock classic? An English one?
Sweet Home Alabama.
Wow, that's kind of American, but that'll do. Give us a little bit of Sweet Home Alabama. That'll do.
Well done.
Well done.
Do you know what is nice? And Pete is quite right in what he said when he phoned. We've got a 14-year-old here who's learning or has learnt to play the bass guitar. He's not out on the streets. He's not got a hood on. He's not throwing stones at cars. He's doing something productive.
Maybe he does that on a Saturday.
Do you?
What are you saying,
he doesn't
Dave?
look like the type.
He's only been playing 2 months. Oh, bless him. Right, we're back with Nigel Smith and Keith the Trucker. All right, it's St George's Day, and we're asking you about the greatest Englishman ever and, of course, the greatest English ladies. What about Valerie Singleton?
Wouldn't do it for me.
What's your microphone doing down there?
Jesse wants it there.
It's not in. It's making sure it's not in shot in front of anyone else's face.
Hello, Nigel.
Oh, hello, gentlemen. How are you today?
We're bickering as usual. We've got Jesse now thinks
say.
he's a TV producer, well, director. We've got Simon here kind of producing. Jesse's...
It's a shame Jesse wasn't there when Henry was on. He probably could have got the camera right.
Yes.
Yeah.
I do have to say, just before you start, Henry's phone call when Jesse was having his leg waxed last week was probably the funniest thing I've heard on radio in months. When he was trying to encourage Jesse to come out. So watch out for that one on Solent TV.
We will look out for that one. Right, great.
I think that one's been on Silent TV
No,
already.
no, it hasn't. No. Oh, yes, it
By
was.
the time this goes out, that one's been on. See, you're making so many mistakes today, Foxy.
Wait for the repeat.
Yeah. Anyway, Nigel, what do you want to say?
Well, Great British. I'm going to put some
English.
Great British English. All
Yeah,
right.
not British.
English sportsman in there. James Hunt.
Yes.
What a man. You know, true Englishman, wasn't he? A true gent. Bit of a philanderer, I think, but, you know, go.
No, that's good. That's very...
Leslie
English.
Phillips.
Yes.
One that you're not going to remember, but the people that from the cycling world out there, Tommy Simpson.
Oh, the great Tommy Simpson.
Tommy Simpson died, and sadly, on the Val d'Isère on a very hot day in the Tour de France. He was one of the most successful Tour de France riders England's ever had.
When?
Oh, it was in the 60s.
It's not doing it for me.
No, well, of course not, because you're not a cyclist, though.
What about the guy with the boat, Bluebird?
Oh, no, Richard Noble?
Richard Noble.
Or Campbell?
No,
Campbell, you mean, don't you?
Who?
Donald Campbell.
Donald Campbell.
He's
Was his
Scottish.
boat called Bluebird?
Yeah, it was, wasn't it? His boat was, wasn't it?
Hold on, he must have been Scottish with a name like Campbell.
Oh, maybe with descent. Any more? Murray Walker. There you go.
Murray Walker's a good one.
A great Englishman.
What about Bob and Terry from the Lightly Lads?
Well, I guess, yeah.
Yeah, they're in this loaded best Englishman ever. So
I don't know if they're all listening out at Pat's little parade today, but good luck to them out there. And it seems to be getting bigger and stronger, that, doesn't it?
well, so we hear. I hope that Pat the Builder will give us a call live from the Falcon or the Plough and let us know how it's going.
Anyway, got to go, guys. So you have a good day.
Thank you very
See you
much.
later.